this aircraft so much a product of the Cold War arms race as the United States decided it needed to gather greater intelligence on Soviet capabilities, and yet it still remains so relevant in conflicts and other crisis areas today. And so the different sensors that we can put on the nose are an electro-optical infrared sensor or a synthetic aperture radar, both being able to achieve something that you cannot achieve from low altitude sensors. All that information that's being passively collected or actively collected is then transmitted through the satellite dish that is on the back of the airplane. It goes into the satellite architecture down to a ground station where the information is processed. And that's in what's codenamed the senior span pod, isn't it? That's correct, the senior span. And what about the nose? Because again, that can take different sensor fits, can't it? That's right. Usually it's typically the optical sensor that's on the nose of the airplane, and it will take different appearances with those different sensors. The help of your wingman, and that's the mobile officer in the car. And we'll come on to that in a little while, but for the moment it's all going to go quite quiet, isn't it? It's going to go quite quiet because what he's setting up to do now is what's called a simulated flame out. Or for training purposes, it's going to be setting up for what we call a high key, setting out some drag to simulate that the engine has failed. So the glide ratio that you'll be experiencing watching now is the same as it would if the engine was actually failed. So it truly is a glider. Now, as we watch the aircraft coming past, I think it's worth reflecting, given our eyes in the skies theme, how the U-2's capability has evolved, even in relatively recent times. Because when film used to be the order of the day, was it 2022 or so that was retired? That's right, the optical bar camera is what that was called. It had actual film, several miles of film on a large reel, produced by Kodak, that was in the back of the airplane. And it was a purely optical sensor, passively operated. And it's basically the sensor that the airplane was built with. And it was just recently retired, that particular sensor, but it's been replaced with far more high fidelity sensors as far as imagery and both signals intelligence as well. And we're talking real-time transmission, aren't we, to commanders on the ground? That's absolutely right. Something the optical bar camera, the wet film, wasn't capable of doing was taking the picture and processing it immediately and getting it to the commanders. But the imagery sensors that we have today are absolutely able to do that. And coupled with artificial intelligence, the processing timeline has come down to real time. Is also a U-2 pilot and knows exactly what's needed to safely land the airplane. Look at inputs, whether it's left or right rudder, hold it off, things to that effect. So, watch out at the right-hand end of the runway as the U-2 turns onto very short finals, and let's try and listen out if we can for the chase car. The chase car is not underway yet, it's just getting underway now, and we'll soon hear the occupants talking the U-2 down and calling out the lights. Meaning the wheel in front, the wheel in back, nothing on the wings. So as it touches down, one wing will eventually contact the runway. It's a sacrificial titanium skid plate just for that purpose.
Hold it up, two. One, hold it up. Hold it up. Hold it up 1 inches. Hold it.
Well, there, a live U-2 landing taking you into the cabin of the Dodge Charger chase car, and what a spectacle that is. And Popeye, we very much hope it's one that we'll be able to see again in the future. With 70% of the aircraft's lifespan remaining? We sure hope so too.
Let's just have a word as the aircraft rolls past. I love how weathered and operational this aircraft looks. About the 99th Expeditionary Reconnaissance Squadron tail markings on the aeroplane.
So that's our Friday tail flash. That's a red dragon with a top hat and a monocle, having a nice cup of tea.
I love it. What a fantastic aeroplane. Please pass on our thanks to all the crew from the 99th ERS who've made this happen. The Lockheed U-2S. Just a magnificent sight. Popeye, thanks so much for coming. Of course, people can look at a U-2 close up in the static park as well here.
That's right, just behind us here is the slick display U-2. Absolutely go up, get up close and personal, and have a good look at the airplane.
And they can see your Fairchild 24 Argus.
That's right, the Argus
nearby
is
as well.
just nearby. Have another look at that airplane as well. We'd sure appreciate it.
Joy, Scott Thompson, great to have you back with us, and I hope we have a chance
Great
to
to see you, Ben. See you next year.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, that would make sense. There he goes. Yeah. But no, they've still got the design in the compass. Yeah, yeah, you can. So this plane here, it's not a
Oh yeah, it's got, oh yeah, because it goes in the black.
It goes super high.